Jai.
Go Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. Guru Gauri. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 3, Krishna is the source of all incarnations, and verses 11 to 15 today. Verse 11. Shashtam atre abhayatvam vrada prapto anasuyayam anvikshnim alarkayam prahladabhya uchivan prahladadibhya uchivan Shashtam atre apatyatvam vrada prapto anasuyayam anyushim alarkayam prahladadibhya uchivan Shashtam atreravatyattvam vrida prapto anasuyayam anveshim alarkayam prahaladadibhya uchivan. Yes, Sailajamaji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shashtamatreravadhyatvam vrida prapto anasuyaya anushigamalarkaya prahladadibhya ujivan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shashtam atrerapadyatam vrita praptonyas praptyonasuyaya anvikshakim alarkaya prahladadibhya ujivan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Uma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Shashtamatreravadhyatvam vrida prapto anasuyaya anishkim alarkaya prahladadibhya ujivan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Melinda Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Shashtam vrita prapto anasusyaya anvikshim alarkaya prahladadibhya ujivan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Snigdha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sashtam arirapatyattvam vrutah prapto Sashtam atriraapyattvam vrutah prapto anusuyaya anvikhi kimalakarya prahladadibhya uchivan. May I read the synonym, Prabhu?
Yes.
Shashtam, the sixth one, Atre of Atri, Apatyatvam, sonship, Vrita, being prayer for, Praptaha, obtained, Anusuyaya, by Anusuya, Anvikshim, on the subject of transcendence, Alarkyaya, unto Alarka, Prahlada Adibhya, unto Prahlada and others, Uchivan, spoke. Translation: the sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of the sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anusuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlada, and others, Yadu, Hiranya, etc. Purport: His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Lord incarnated himself as Dattatreya, the son of Rishi Atri and Anushya. The history of the birth of Dattatreya as an incarnation of the Lord is mentioned in the Brahmananda Purana in connection with the story of the devoted wife. It is said there that Anushya, the wife of Rishi Atri, prayed before the Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva as follows: My lords, if you are pleased with me, and if you desire me to ask from you some sort of blessings, then I pray that you combine together to become my son. This was accepted by the lords, and as Dattatreya, the Lord expounded the philosophy of the spirit soul and especially instructed Alarkarya, Prahlada, Yadu, Hayaya, etc. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse 12. Tada saptama akutyam Rujayatno abhyajayada sa yamadhyai surganai apata swayam bhuvantaram tada saptama akutyam Rujayatno abhyajayada sa yamadhyai surganai apat swayam bhuvantaram tada saptama akutyam Rujayatno abhyajayada sa yamadhyai suraganai abad swayam bhuvandaram. Yes, Sarija Maji.
Hare Krishna. Tadas saptama akudhyam yujir yajnobhyajayada yasa yamade asuraganer abaswayam bhuvantaram. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Maji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Tata saptama gotyam rujeragnophyajayata sayamadhi suraganirpal swayam bhuvandaram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Snigdha Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tata Saptama Akutyang Ruchiragyo Abhyajayata Sayamadyo Suraganer Rapaswayambhu Bantaram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Belinda Maji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Tata saptama akutyam rucheryagno abhyajyata sayamadhya suraganer apat swayam bhuvantaram. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah, one more, just once again. Next, one more person say.
Okay, sorry.
Mamaji.
Hare Krishna. Tada saptama akutyam rucheryajnobhyajayada sayamadhye suragane rapatsayam bhuvanantaram. Synonyms. Tataha, after that. Saptame, the seventh in the line. Akutyam, in the womb of Akuti. Ruchehi, by Prajapati Ruchi. Yajna, the Lord's incarnation as Yajna. Abhyajayada, advented. Saha, he. Yama. Yamadehi, with Yama and others. Suraganaihi, with demigods. Apad, root. Swayambhuvanandaram, the change of the period of Swayambhuva Manu. Translation. The seventh incarnation was Yajna, the son of Prajapati, Ruchi, and his wife Akuti. He controlled the period during the change of Swayambhuva Manu and was assisted by demigods such as his son Yama. Purpose. Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The administrative post occupied by the demigods for maintaining the regulations of the material world are offered to the highly elevated pious living beings. When there is scarcity of such pious living beings, the Lord incarnates himself as Brahma, Prajapati, Indra, etc. and takes up the charge. During the period of Swayambhuva Manu, the present period is Vaivasvata Manu, there was no suitable living beings who could occupy the post of Indra, the king of the Indraloka, heaven planet. The Lord himself at that time became Indra, assisted by his own sons like Yama and other demigods. Lord Yajna ruled the administration of the universal affairs. Hare Krishna Guruji.
Verse 13. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabherjada Urukramam Darshayan Bhadhiranam Sarvashama Namaskridam. Ashtame Meru Devyam tu Nabherjada Urukramam Darshayan Bhadhiranam Sarvashama Namaskridam. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमां दर्शयन् वत्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रमा नमस्कृतम्. Hare Krishna. Sarjamaji.
हरे कृष्ण अष्टमे मेरु देव्यां तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमा दर्शयन् मदीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. हरे कृष्ण
Jayashree.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तो नाभेत्नाद उरुक्रमा दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतं हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Snigdhamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अष्टमे मेरु दिव्यांग तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रम दर्शयन् बत्मधीराणं सर्वाश्रमनमस्कृतं। हरे कृष्ण।
Ramaji.
हरे कृष्ण अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेर्जात उरुक्रमा दर्शयन् मद्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतं. हरे कृष्ण
Vindamaji.
हरे कृष्ण अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यं तु नाभिर्जात उरुक्रमः वर्त्मा
നല്ല നമ്പർ ഇതിൽ ആഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ ചേട്ടന്റെ ഫോണില്
सर्वाश्रमा नमस्कृतम्.
You can read.
Ashtame, the eighth of the incarnations, Meru Devyam too, in the womb of Meru Devi, the wife of Nabhi, King Nabhi, Jataha took birth, Urukramaha, the all-powerful Lord, Darshayan, by showing, Vartma, the way, Dhiranam, of the perfect beings, Sarva, all, Ashrama, orders of life, Namaskritam, honored by. Translation. The eighth incarnation was King Sabha,
Rishabha.
Rishabha. King Rishabha, son of King Nabhi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. The society of human beings is naturally divided into 8 by orders and statuses of life, the 4 divisions of occupations and 4 divisions of cultural advancement. The intelligent class, the administrative class, the productive class, and the laborer class are the 4 divisions of occupation, and the student life, the householder's life, retired life, and renounced life are the 4 statuses of cultural advancement towards a path of spiritual realization. Out of these, the renounced order of life, or the order of sannyasa, is considered the highest of all, and a sannyasi is constitutionally the spiritual master for all the orders and divisions. In the sannyasa order, also, there are 4 stages of upliftment towards perfection. These stages are called Kutipchaka, Bahudaka, Parivraj, Parivraj, Aka,
Parivrajakacharya. Parivrajakacharya.
Parivraj Akacharya, and Paramahamsa. The Paramahamsa stage of life is the highest stage of perfection. This order of life is respected by all others. Maharaja Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and Meru Devi, was an incarnation of the Lord, and he instructed his son to follow the path of perfection by tapasya, which sanctifies one's existence and enables one to attain the stage of spiritual happiness, which is eternal and ever increasing. Every living being is searching after happiness, but no one knows where eternal and unlimited happiness is obtainable. Foolish men seek after material sense pleasure as a substitute for real happiness, but such foolish men forget that temporary so called happiness derived from sense pleasure is also enjoyed by the dogs and hogs. No animals, bird, or beast is bereft of the sense pleasure. In every species of life, including the human form of life, such happiness is immensely obtainable. The human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya or under voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasure are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the order of sannyasa and they can gradually rise to the status of Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of the society. King Rishabha propagated this mission, and at the last stage, he became completely aloof from the material body needs, which is a rare stage, not to be imitated by foolish men, but to be worshipped by all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 14. Rishibhiryachito bheje navam parthivam vapu dugde mam ushadi vipras tenayam sa ushattama. Rishibhiryachito bheje navam parthivam vapu dugde mam ushadi vipras tenayam sa ushattama. Rishibhiryachito bheje navam parthivam vapu Dugde mam oshadhir vipras tenayam sa ushattamam. Yes, Jai Shri Sharaja Maji. Sharaja Maji, you are mute now. You have to unmute. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Maji.
Is
Okay.
it okay now?
Okay, you can read now. Sharaja Maji, you have to unmute. Jai Shri Maji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ऋषिभिर्याजितो भेजे नवमं पार्थिवं वपु दुग्धे मामोषधीर्विप्रास्तेनायं स उषत्तमा. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Right.
Hare
Uma
Krishna.
Maji.
Hare Krishna. Rishibhiryachito beje nagamam parthivam vapuh dugde ma vipra shattama.
Yes, Sharaja Maji.
Hare Krishna. Rishibhiryachito bheje navam parthivam vapu dugdam mamokshadhir vipras
Demam
nayam
Oshadhir
sa
Vipras.
vipraste nayam sa ushattama. Hare
Right.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Melinda Maji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Rishibhiryachito bheje navamam partivam vapuh dugde mam oshadhir vipras tenayam sa ushattamah. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Siddha Maji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ऋषिवीर्यार्चितो भेजे नभमं पार्थिवं वपुः दुग्धिं औषधिं विप्रा स्तेनायं स उषतमः. May I read the synonyms?
Yes.
Rishibhihi, by the sages, Yachitah, being prayed for, Bheje, accepted, Navamam, the ninth one, Parthivam, the ruler of the earth, Vapu, body, Dugdha, milking, Imam, all these, Oshadim, product of the earth, Vipra, O Brahmanas, Tena, by, Ayam, this, Saha, he, Ushattama, beautifully attractive. Translation. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for the sages, accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to earn various produce, and for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Purport. His divine grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to the vicious life of the previous king. The father of Maharaj Prithu, the intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the brahmanas, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after the all-around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of the Lord, and the Lord came as Maharaj Prithu. Real intelligent men or qualified brahmanas never aspired for political post. Maharaj Prithu exhibited many produces from the earth. And thus, not only did the citizens become happy to have such a good king, but the complete sight of the earth also became beautiful and attractive. Hare Krishna.
Rupam Sajagrihe Marsyam Chakshoshi Samplave Navyaropya Mahimayam Abad Vaivaswadam Manu Rupam Sajagrihe Marsyam Chakshoshadi Samplave Navyaropya Mahiyamayam Abad Vaivaswadam Manu Rupam sa jagrihe mansyam chakshusho shari samplave abhyaropya mahimayam apavaivaswadam manum. Sharajamaji.
Hare Krishna. Rupam sa jagrihe malsyam chashushodati samplave navyaropya mahimayam abadvaiva swadam manum. Hare Krishna.
Right, Yashamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Rupam sajagrihe matsyam chakshushodadhi samplave navyaropya mahimayya maval vaivaswatam manum. Hare Krishna.
Kalindamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Rupam sa jagre matsyam chakshushodadi samplave navi aropya mahi mayam apad vaivasvatam manu. Hare Krishna.
Signamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Rupam Sajagruhe Matsyam Chakshusho Adadhi Samplave Nave Aropya Mahimayayam Apadvaivashvatam Manum. Hare Krishna.
Gomaji.
Hare Krishna Gurji. Rupam sa jagrahe matsyam chakshushodadi samplave navya rupya mahimayam apatvatam manum. Rupam, form, saha, he, jagrahe, accepted, matsyam, of a fish, chakshusha, uddati, water, samplave, in the direction, navi, on the boat, aropya, keeping on, mahi, the earth, mayam, drowned in, apad, protected, Vaivaswata, Manu, the father of man. Translation. When there was a complete inundation after the period of the Chakshusha Manu, and the whole world was deep within water, the Lord accepted the form of a fish and protected the Vaivaswata Manu, keeping him up on the boat. Purport. According to Srila Sridhara Swami, the original commenter on the Bhagavatam, there is not always a devastation after the change of every Manu. And yet this inundation after the period of Chakshusha Manu took place in order to show some wonders to Satyavrta. But Sri Jiva Goswami has given definite proofs from authoritative scriptures like Vishnu Dharmottara, Markandeya Purana, Harivamsa, etc., that there is always a devastation after the end of each and every Manu. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti has also supported Srila Jiva Goswami, and he, Sri Chakravarti, has also quoted from Bhagavatamrita about the inundation after each Manu, Apart from this, the Lord, in order to show special favor to Satyavrata, a devotee of the Lord, in the particular period, incarnated himself.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Guruji.
Jnanatimarandasya चक्षुरुन्मेलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः
श्री गुरुवे नमः
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांस्यां श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण
सागजातं सहगण
रघुनाथान्वितं
रघुनाथा निदन्तं सजीवं
साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं
कृष्ण
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
चैतन्य देवं
श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे
दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे
गोपेशा गोपिका
गोपेशा
कान्ता
गोपिका कान्ता राधा
राधा
कान्ता
नमोस्तुते
नमोस्तुते
सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे
गौराङ्गी राधे
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते देवी
वृषभानुसुते देवी
प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
प्रणमामि
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत दादर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे कष्टं नात्रयपाय अभक्त्यत्वं वृद प्राप्तो अनसूयया अन्वेषिकीम् अनर्काया प्रहलादादिभ्य ऊचिवान्. The sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of the sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlada, and others like Yadu, Aihaya, etc. So we are on the subject of incarnations, Leela Avataras. Leela means to perform an act. When we do an act, when we Jivas do an act, what is it called?
Duty.
Karma. Karma. When we do an act, it's karma. When Krishna does an act, it becomes Leela. That's the difference. So nicely brought in by Bhagavatam, no? We do karmas, but Krishna, he doesn't do any karma. He gives only Leelas. So Leela Avataras, the Purushata, and we have seen one by one. And each and every Leela Avataras has a function to perform. Which is the first one?
Kumaras.
Kumaras.
What was the function of
Find out the absolute truth. To inquire the absolute truth.
Yes, by Brahmanyam, isn't it? They established as a Brahmanyam. Brahmanas are meant to realize a Brahman. Brahma Vedidi Brahmana. So, how a Brahmana should behave, what is the duty of Brahmana, is nothing but realization of Brahman. To teach that, Kumaras incarnated. The second one is, what's the second one?
Four.
Second one is a incarnation. Boar incarnation is
Varaha Boar.
Varaha Boar. And what was the Leela?
To bring earth from the filthy
We try the earth from the pit, the filthy pit.
pit. Rasatalam.
Yes, so that the residents of the earth can live peacefully. So when there's some disturbance, there's two ways incarnation, either to perform or teach something, or to stop some disturbance. So this is, in born incarnation, is meant to remove these disturbances or can say some facades. That is the way of a steady progress of human life for realization of the absolute truth. Whenever there is obstacle, Krishna comes and removes it. Now he does it in the form of Varaha. He retrieves the earth. The third one is
Narada.
Narad.
Narada.
Narada Muni. Narada Muni. And what is the function of our performed by Narada Muni?
Propagating devotional service.
By teaching devotional service to people who are inclined for sense gratification, isn't it?
Sense.
Everyone is interested in self gratification. So he wrote the beautiful book called Narada Pancharatra. In that, how the activities, normal activities, can be dovetailed to Krishna conscious act is very clearly explained. This is a very intelligent presentation. Because everybody normally interested in the four things, economic development, rather three things. Religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and last one, liberation. They are not interested. Which is these four things called commonly? Religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation.
Purushartha.
Is it?
Purushartha.
Yes, Purushartha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Gratification.
Sense gratification. That is, first one is religiosity, Dharma. Second is Artha, this economic development. So Srila Prabhupada gives a very wordly definitions for this, so that people can easily understand. Everybody is interested in economic development, isn't it, Milinda Malji?
Moksha.
Yes, Prabhuji.
No, you're not interested.
Yes, Prabhuji. You asked whether if everybody is interested in economic development, right? I said yes, many people are. Yeah.
Yes, we are all there. We're there, and we are all we are interested in sense gratification also in a big way. Nobody is an exception. Only Narayana Rishi is an exception. Srila Prabhupada says only Narayana Rishi is an exception. Everybody is in the way of lust. That is Bhakti Loka. So people are interested in these three things, and not interested in moksha. So Narada Muni came and then very devoted all these activities into devotion. Because moksha nowadays is very tough also. So he brought the beautiful concept of devotion. So everybody likes this devotion, because it is the positive way of sense gratification. Who is not interested in sense gratification? Everybody is, because we have got life, we have got desires. In that, this one is in that material life, it is lusty desires. In the spiritual world, is desires for satisfaction of Krishna. So Narada, being very, very intelligent, that's why he has got a lot of disciples all over the world. All the major, if you see Srimad Bhagavatam, Dhruva Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj, Chitraketu, Prajna Barhishit, Priyamvada Maharaj, so many devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam, great devotees, they're all disciples of Sri Narada. So that's why he's considered the best of all the Vaishnavas. And which is the fourth one?
Narayana.
Narayana. Narayana Rishi, twin sons of King Dharma.
The sons of King for austerities.
So he gave necessary instruction for the human beings or humankind, how to control the senses. Srila Prabhupada gives example of Rishabha. Rishabha is coming in this next incarnation. Ashtama, actually. Ashtama is Rishabha Guruni. This is the fourth one is Narayana. So Narayana is also incarnation for Tavasya, and he is still there in Badrinarayana in the ranges of Himalayas. Narayana is reputed to be still residing in the Himalaya regions, like our Vedavyas, Madhvacharya is also reputed to be living in the Himalaya regions. And which is the fifth one?
Lord Kapila.
Lord Kapila. Lord Kapila explained the Sankhya philosophy.
Yes.
Sankhya philosophy, what is body, what is matter, and what is spirit. So the matter, combination of 24 elements, and spirit is spirit soul, which is different from matter. So he wants to bring out the distinction from between matter and spirit, and that is famous for the Sankhya Yoga. That which explains very lucidly lucidly means very clearly by analysis of material elements. And from today's verses, we have first one is what? Is Dattatreya. Dattatreya is a son of Rishi Atri and Anasuya. Anasuya is famous for austerities, and she is actually daughter of Devahuti and sister of Kapila. So she married Rishi Atri, but then she prayed to the triumvirates, Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva, and they agreed to be the sons of Anasuya. So from Brahma, she begot Chandra, from Shiva, Durvasa, and from Vishnu, Dattatreya. So Dattatreya taught many philosophy, this transcendence, especially in 11th canto, you'll find this. Teachings. It is a bit impersonal, but he has also made many devotees. Arjuna, Kartavirya Arjuna is there, and then Alaka, Prahalada, Yadu, etc. The activities of Dattatreya is narrated many Puranas, Skanda Purana, Markandeya Purana, Devi Bhagavatam, and Brahmanda Purana. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning Brahmanda Purana because in Brahmanda Purana it's very vividly given his activities. So he teaches how to be perfect in life. That is the purpose of his incarnation. 12th one is Yajna, isn't it? Tada Saptama Akutyam Ruje Yajno Abhajayat Sa Yamadhe Suraganai Apad Swayambhu Bhwandaram. So Srila Prabhupada mentions that in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll find this in every the root of Manu, the period of Manu, Sapta Rishis are there. Demigods are selected. Who will be the demigods? Who will be the Sapta Rishis? Who will be Indra? And then who will be the incarnation of the Supreme Lord? So pious souls, especially Brahma, the one who occupies the post of Indras, demigods, and all that, they should be very pious. And sometimes, in a particular period of a Manu, if no Indra, if no soul is eligible to occupy the post of Indra, then Lord himself incarnates as Indra, sometimes as Brahma also. And this particular incarnation of the Supreme Lord, the Purusha, was called Yajna, the son of Prajapati Ruchi and wife Akuti. Akuti is also the sister of Devahuti. Devahuti, Akuti, and Prasudi are sisters. They are daughters of Swayambhu Manu. So it is mentioned here that in the period of Swayambhu Manu, there was no suitable living beings who could occupy the post of Indra. And so Lord himself became Indra. So this is an Leela, how to administer the the material world. The demigods are in charge of administration. They are Kshatriyas basically. And they are in charge of the whole universe. Now Kshatriyas in the earth, they are in charge of this earth planet. But Devas, they are in charge of all the planets. So this Leela is a Leela of a Kshatriya and form of Kshatriya for maintenance of the universe. The eighth one is Rishabha, Ashtame Merudevyam tu Nabher Jada Urukrama Dashayan Bhakmadhiranam Sarvashama Namaskritam. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, the son of King Nabhi and his wife Merudevi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. So Rishabhadeva was a very famous incarnation of the Lord, and his activities are mentioned very clearly in the fifth canto. The fifth canto, 5, 6, and 7 chapters. He conducts a lot of yajnas, and at the appropriate time, he quits the kingdom. He gives a charge to his sons, including the elder son, Bharat Maharaj. And while giving charge to the sons, he gives them a lot of advice. And the foremost advice is, my dear sons, this human life is not meant for toiling, hardships and all that. It's meant for hogs and dogs, not for human beings. The only purpose of human beings is to do austerities. Yasmas tabo nityam yena shuddheyadatma. Yena sattvam. Because of that, the sattvam becomes very clean. And enjoy Brahma Saukhyam to Anantam. So this is the purpose of human life, to control these senses. And for controlling the senses, austerities are required. Now you have to remember this, you have to remember that these are all devotion mixed with austerities, yoga, karma, jnana. Pure devotion comes only with Krishna. That comes in the 10th canto. Till then, there is devotion is there. Of course, when you come to 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj, of course, there is a pure devotion only. Dhruva also pure devotion. But in many cases, you will find devotion mixed with jnana, karma, yoga, and all that. And the Lord himself teaches this. Because I have just seen it in the Bhagavad Gita. Traigunya Vishya Veda, Naishkurnyam Bhava Arjuna, because people are always in the moods of Satuguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Everybody has got their own inclinations. And according to the inclination, they have to be brought up. So, Rishabha Maharaj came and taught tapasya, voluntary abstention from bodily comforts. And one who can do this is called sober. Sober means a perfect human being who can tolerate the urges. A sober person is who can tolerate the urges. Which are the 6 urges mentioned by Rupa Goswami? You should read.
Prabhuji, tongue.
Yes. Yes.
Then udara is our stomach.
Yes.
Then
Vacho Vegam.
bacho
Vedam.
Yes.
So the words, control of words, control of mind, control of anger, control of tongue, control of belly, and control of the genitals.
Acha.
These are the 6 controls. Everybody has got urges. If you can control the urges of these 6 things, then he is qualified to be a universal guru. He can acquire disciples all over the world. This is given in the first verse of Nectar of Insections. Nectar of Insection is only 11 verse. But they are gem verse. You should read this book very carefully. Maybe I've already done 2 seminars on this nectar of instruction. If time permits, maybe after our work of temple is over, then we'll start again.
Vacha,
Yes,
6 urges.
yes.
Vacha,
Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, udara upashta vegam, manasa vegam, vacho vegam control our words, spoken
Word.
words.
mind,
The mind, anger,
and
tongue, belly, and genitals.
okay.
So, this is control, sense control. And he comes, of course, I mean, our Rishabh Maharaj came how to teach, how to control this. And he accepted the sannyasa ashramam. Srila Prabhupada explains this varnashram system once more in a very nice way. How he divides this these varnas.
Kshatriya, Brahmana,
Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra.
Yeah, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. But Srila Prabhupada gives us a very
very
worldly this
working class.
Yes,
intelligent class.
Paramhansa and
No,
Parivraja
Don't
Kacharya.
go. Slowly. Srila
Param,
Prabhupada doesn't say sannyasa, kshatriya, vaishya, and shudra. He says the intelligent class, the administrative class, lecturing class, and the labor class.
Renounced life.
So that everybody can understand. All over the world they can understand. The intelligent class, it means brahmanas. Administrative class means the kshatriyas. Productive class means the vaishyas. And the labor class is the shudras. Then which are the ashramas?
Student,
Varnashrama,
Yeah, brahmacharya is called as student life.
Brahmachari, Grahasthashrama,
Grihastha is called what?
Householder's life.
Householder life.
life.
household time.
And
Shared life.
vanaprastha means retired life.
Sannyasa, Vanaprastha.
And sannyasa means renounced life.
Renounced. Spirit.
So student life, grihastha, householder life, retired life, and renounced life. So among this, the renounced life, which is called sannyasa, sannyasa is the topmost among these 8 orders, the 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. Sannyasa is the topmost. So sannyasa is respected by everybody. And how will you understand, how do you recognize the sannyasi? Externally, how will you recognize? Externally, you recognize the sannyasi by his dress, isn't it? Saffron.
Yes.
yes, yes.
The sannyasi wears a saffron. But does that mean he's a sannyasi?
No.
So sannyasi means you have to acquire the qualities of sannyasi. And how we acquire the qualities step by step, that is given in the four stages of sannyasa: Kutichaga, Bahudaka, Parivrachaka Acharya, and Paramahamsa. Kutichaga means he stays in the same house, but he is away from everybody activities. Bahudaka means he stays in the same region. He gets out of the house, but he stays in some place near that house in this residential act, where his residence is. And Parivrachakacharya means he leaves everything, then starts roaming and preaching. And and the last stage is Paramahamsa stage, highest realization. So this is given detail in third canto. Which are the 4 stages of brahmacharya, 4 stages of vanaprastha, and 4 stages of sannyasa is very and basically explained, detailed explanation. I think it's a 9th or 10th chapter of a third canto. So why he taught this tapasya? Because especially in the human form of life, we should understand what is real happiness. Animals, they live very nicely for sense gratification. But this type of sense gratification actually leads to misery only. There are many verses. Parabhavastavat abodajado yavajñasana natutvam. Very nice verses of given by Rishabhadev in his instructions to his sons. The Guru Nasasya, Sujana Nasasya, the shloka is coming there. Then Pumsastriya Maithuna Bhavamedam, that is coming in this verse. So many verses. So we should strive for real happiness, which can be derived either from soul, Brahman realization, or Paramatma realization, ultimately Bhagavan realization. So this is basically known as a spiritual realization. 3 stages. So one who has been trained for abstinence meant withdrawal from this sense gratification, from material pleasures is called dhira. In Bhagavad Gita also we have seen dhira satra namushyati. So many dhiras, so many verses we have this dhira. Samadukka sukam dhiram.
Dhiran.
In the second chapter you have 13th and 16th verse, I think. 15th verse.
Dhirastatra namuhyati.
Yes. So, Srila Prabhupada Bhagavan says, he is honored by all orders of life. This person, what is called Ashrama, Sarva Ashrama Namaskritam. Namaskritam means one who is honored. Other 7 orders worship this person only. And Srila Prabhupada gives a warning that you should not imitate. Foolish persons try to imitate being sannyasi because they get a lot of pressure, praises and honors from everyone. Everybody is interested in getting honor. I am a great sannyasi. Oh, that is the greatest honor one can have. But most of foolish persons, they don't have the qualification to be sannyasi. So better you can worship them rather than try to imitate them. That is honesty. That is frankness. So the 14th one is Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is coming as a Kshatriya and is showing us how to administer a country. Because before he came, there was total anarchy because of misrule by his father, Vena Maharaj. Vena Maharaj was a first-class atheist rascal who destroyed the Brahminical culture, and the Brahmins became so angry. Ultimately, they couldn't stop him, so they just removed him. But they killed him by raising the sound. It's given in its 4th canto. The Brahmanas killed Vena by giving out a big voice, big sound, sorry. And from Vena's body, they ground Priti Maharaj. And Priti Maharaj, he administered the earth very nicely, extracted very nice things from earth. The earth became very beautiful and very nice, became beautiful and attractive. And he's the first Maharaj who is, you can say, the first architect, can say. The planned cities came to existence when Prithu Maharaj was ruling. Then he conducted a lot of yajnas also for the benefit of his prajas. So, the Leela or the function of performed by Bhagavan in the Prithu Maharaj is also known as Shakti Avesha Avatara. Is to how to administer a country very nice. And the last one is Malsya Avatar, isn't it? Malsya Avatar comes after the 6th menu, Chakshusha menu. After Chakshusha menu comes the 7th menu, which is called Vaivasada menu. There was an inundation at the time after Chakshusha menu. There is small pralayas after each manu. Then the Mahapralaya after the period of Brahma. When small inundation is there, planets up to Swargaloka will be covered in water. It will be immersed in water. So before this Pralaya came, at that time, Satyavrta Maharaj was ruling. And then came, and Krishna, he assumed the form of a fish, and this is very nicely described towards the end of the 8th canto. How when Satyavrta Maharaj was taking a bath, small as so, when he was doing a prana to sun god, a small fish came into his palm, and the fish begged, please take care of me, please don't put me in this water, this river, because there are a lot of big fishes are there, so please protect me. So Maharaj was very merciful. He brought this fish to his palace and put him inside a bottle. But very next day, the small fish grew to big size, couldn't be contained in the bottle. So king put him in a pond. The next day, he became so big that he couldn't put in the pond. Then he put in the lake. Again, the fish became so big. So he knew that this is not an ordinary fish. Then finally, he put into sea. And then Krishna assumed the form and then instructed him, because of benefit, I have assumed the form. And very soon, this will be inundation, whole door will be destroyed. So you take, bring all the essentials, and I'll take you to safety. So while the fish incarnation was taking Satyavrta Maharaj to safety along with his Sapta Rishis, then he narrated the philosophy of absolute truth to Satyavrta Maharaj, who later became the seventh Manu called Vaivasvata Manu. He became the son of Vivaswan. In 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we have seen that.
Son?
4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita starts with this Vaivasvata Manu.
Vivaswan means son.
Vivaswan means son. Son of Vivaswan is Vaivasvata.
Now the present Manu is Vivasvat Manu.
Yes, Vaivasvata Manu. We are in this regime now. This is a 28th cycle of the Chaturyuga.
Prabhuji, I have one question. What
Yes.
is inundation like? Is this the same one when Karnadaksha Vishnu is breathing in or
Out.
out, breathing out? Is this the same inundation they are referring to,
No.
or is this different?
Inundation is a small flood. It is not actually small. I mean, now size is big because it fulfills up to a Sargaloka cause. When Karnadasha Vishnu, he breathes out the universes. Then when he inhales, he takes back these universes. At that time, it's called Mahapralaya.
Okay, it's not the same. This is a small one. That's a bigger
The
one.
small one, that's a big one.
Okay.
And all the universes being goes back to the body of Karnadasha Vishnu. And actually, in our case, Mahapralaya is actually our Brahmandam only. Because we are under the rule of our Brahma. We have our Prabodhashaya Vishnu, we have our Brahma, and then we have these 14 planets. But Karnadasha Vishnu is in charge of all the universes. Prabodhashaya Vishnu is in charge of a particular universe. And from him comes this Brahma. And we are inside this Prabodhashaya Vishnu's belly, navel place. And in that Brahmanda, after a period of Manu, there will be a small flood. And after the lifespan of Brahma is over, there is called Mahapralaya. That is given the 12th canto. Now, introduction class also I mentioned that.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Yes. Anything else? So thank you very much.
Prabhuji, one more question.
Yes.
On the Dattatreya's Leela, what was that? Can you repeat?
Dattatreya taught the absolute truth from an impersonal angle. In 11th canto, you can find this. 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, also in Garuda Purana and Markandeya Purana, all that, you'll find he is teaching absolute truth in a way which is rather impersonal.
What do you mean by impersonal?
Impersonalism, you know what is impersonalism? The God doesn't have any form, doesn't have any qualities.
That's like Brahma Jyoti Prabhu.
Yeah, Brahman realized Brahman, they call the conscious, pure consciousness. Brahman is pure consciousness only, according to these Advaitavadis. And you'll find the Tattreya slightly inclining towards this impersonalism. That is why if we find in the first canto, in the first chapter, it's in the second verse of for the first chapter, if you read the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Srimad Bhagavatam satisfies all. It has some impersonal elements also, because actually impersonal elements also coming from Krishna only. You know, the Dattatreya is an incarnation of Vishnu only. So, the impersonal elements is Krishna's Shakti only. But ultimately, person himself, Krishna himself is a person. His energies are impersonal. When you give more emphasis to energies, then you find the impersonal philosophies. When you focus on the person himself, that is called person.
But why? Since the impersonal features that
Yeah, no, you can speak. Yes, no.
Yeah. So since the impersonal feature is not a perfect one, then why would Dattatreya preach about impersonal to humans?
Because it is an inclination. I told him, inclination of people. There are so many people have got their own inclination for realization. So the so-called jnanis, they are interested in Brahman realization. The so-called yogis, they are interested in Paramatma realization. And the perfect ones, bhaktas, they are interested in Bhagavan realization. Everyone is not in the same stage. Put together, these three categories, they are spiritualists. Yes, they are spiritualists, different from the materialists. But within the spiritual activity also, in FA also, there is gradation, there is differentiation. So people who are more inclined towards the impersonal features, they are basically called jnanis. Those who are in that path of Ashtanga Yoga, they are more attracted to the Paramatma feature. And those who are devotees, who are very interested in serving Krishna, they are attracted to the beautiful form of transcendental form of Krishna. And ultimately, the transcendental form of Krishna is the highest truth. But Srimad Bhagavatam touches on every aspect, but ultimately says the 10th canto is a Krishna, person Krishna, that is highest.
Yeah, that's clear now, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Vanchakalpaduruvescha Pravasintuvi Evacha. Vedanam Pavni Vaishnavi Nanda Kodi Vaishnava Ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.